Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, hello, hi, my name is Day. Comment, like, subscribe down below. This is going to be a very quick story time. If you watched last week's video, then you should know what I'm going to be talking about. And if you didn't, you should probably go and watch my last video. This week's video is going to be about the time I ran away. Quick sidebar, if you guys have any comments about, questions about this look, let me know down below. I might be able to recreate it. Maybe, I don't know, because this was kind of a last minute thing. But, let's get into the story. Also, sorry again, if I am shaky like that. It's because I'm holding my phone. I did order my ring light stand, so hopefully I should get it within the next week or two. So yeah, back to the story. So this is about the time that I ran away, air quotes. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna start this video? So I was in high school. Was I a freshman? I might have been a freshman in high school, and I was messing with my best friend's cousin. Shout out to you, best friend. You and your family, y'all ride or dies. I love y'all. I was messing with my best friend's cousin. He was older than me. I think he's older than me by like 3 or 4 years or something like that. So he wasn't too much older than me, but he was older than me. And yeah, like he lived in the next borough from me. I live in New York City, so he lived in like the next borough. And if you know how New York City works, the boroughs are pretty big, so he didn't live that close to me. My best friend lived around the corner from me. I stayed at my best friend's house all the time. And me and him were messing around. Of course, I was in high school, freshman in high school. Was I? No, I wasn't a freshman in high school. I'm sorry. I had to be, I think I was a sophomore. I had to be a sophomore. Yeah, I had to be a sophomore. And, yeah, we were messing around. He would come over to my cousin's house, my cousin. He would come over to his cousin's house, obviously my best friend's house, and like chill with her brother and everything. And I would see him. And we started, messing around, talking, doing what older people do. I'm grown now, so doing what grown people do, which we should not have been doing in my best friend's house, but like her mom was like mad cool, so yeah. And he would like come spend the weekends and stuff there. And yeah, so one weekend, I used to stay with my grandmother. Every now and again on the weekends and like summer vacations, I used to go and spend the nights with her. And oh god, this night, I think my aunt had took me to my grandmother's house, if I'm not mistaken, and I had me a Metro card. And the whole day I'm like, damn, like, because he had told me, I think like the week before or something, he told me that he was coming. So I was like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna miss it. Mind y'all, I was like obsessed with him for like no reason, because he's a whole fuck boy. And I was obsessed with him. It was light skin, light eyes. I don't even do light skins anymore, but back then I was obsessed. Like I would do anything for him, and it was so sad. It was so sad. Got dropped off at my grandmother's house, and I told my grandmother that I was gonna be staying with one of my childhood friends. She lived like in the next building from my grandmother. My grandmother's kind of old, like, so she didn't really, my grandmother trusted me, like she had a lot of trust in me. And she was a little bit older, so she didn't really go around, like she didn't really leave. Well, I'm lying, my grandmother was old, but the lady was always going around. Like she was, up until the day she died, like she just was on the move. She didn't ask nobody for help. She did everything herself. Like she was just, yeah. So, but for some reason, like, I don't know, I just didn't think that like she would check, because like any other time that I'll go to my childhood friend's house, like she wouldn't really check on me like that. Like she would call my phone and ask me like, oh, like what y'all doing, da, da, da. So I was like, okay, like this is fine, like I can leave. It was like a Friday. I was like, I can leave Friday, come back Saturday afternoon, like she won't know anything. Fine. So go to my grandmother's house. Like I told her, like, oh, I'm gonna go spend the night with, let's just call her Amy. She's not like relevant to the story, but I was like, let's call her Amy. So I was like, I'm gonna go spend the day with Amy. I'm gonna spend it at her house. She was like, okay, fine. So get on the walking down the street, like I'm praying to God that my grandmother's not looking out the window, because her window used to face the bus stop and you had to take the bus to get to the train. So I was praying. I think I walked down like maybe 5 blocks to get to the next bus stop, so that she didn't see me get on the bus. So I get on the bus, fine, get on the train, go. Now I'm at my best friend's house. So, oh boy, do you know did he come that day? I don't remember if he came that night. Mind you, my grandmother never called me. Nobody called me. So I'm just assuming like, oh, like she's not worried about me. Fine. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he came that day. Or he might have came. I don't really remember though. So Saturday comes. So now mind you, I'm supposed to be going home. Also, being that my best friend lives in the same hood as I do, like she lives right around the corner from me, I pretty much stayed in my best friend's house those 2 days because like I'm like, I cannot go outside and risk running into my mother or my brother because they're gonna be like, oh, what the hell are you doing over here? Like, did we drop you off in the Bronx? And I'm gonna be like, about that. So I pretty much stayed in her apartment for while I was there, while I ran away. Okay. So I was supposed to leave that Saturday. Something happened where I didn't leave that Saturday. I don't really remember what happened, and I don't remember if I called my grandmother and told her that I wasn't coming. I might have called her and told her that I was just gonna spend the night at Amy's house again, until Sunday. I think, I don't really remember. Long story short, I ended up staying. Fine. So now Sunday comes. So now I have to like actually leave to go get my stuff from my grandmother's house. So yeah, and I think I had school the next day or something like that. Or no, you know what? It wasn't any school. It was like one of those administrative days where the workers had to go to work, but the kids were out of school. It was like one of those days. But Sunday come, I'm like, okay, now I have to go. I have to actually get on the train and go back to my grandmother's house. So I get on the train, go all the way back to my grandmother's house. I get into my grandmother's house. So I get into my grandmother's house, and the minute I walk into my grandmother's room to get my stuff, the first thing she asked me is, where the hell was you at? I was like, huh? What do you mean? Like, I was at Amy's house. She was like, no, the fuck you wasn't. Don't lie to me. I know you wasn't at our house because I called. Like, I called and they said that they hadn't seen you. They didn't even know that you were here. Like, and now I'm panicking because I'm like, what? Like, what? What are you talking about? Who told you to check on me, sis? Like, you don't do that any other time. So I'm like, all right, fuck, like, what am I gonna do? So now I'm like nervous because I'm like, if my grandmother knows, then 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, she's called my mother and told my mother. So of course, but she said, oh, I told your mother and da da da. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what? So I ended up grabbing my stuff out of my grandmother's house, and I got back on the train to go home. So I get home, and so my mom has a thing where like we all of us have the top lock key. My mom is the only one with the bottom lock key, and she does that so she can lock us out. Yeah, more so my brother, not really me because I don't really do much, but it's usually always my brother she does that for. So I get home and the bottom lock is on, so I'm like, oh fuck, like I have to knock on the door. I can't sneak in. I have to knock on the door. I knock on the door. So I don't even remember if she opened the door or something. No, you know what? I think she might have called me. It was like, wherever you were, like go back to where you was. Don't come to my house or whatever like that. Go back to where you were just at, because clearly you was somewhere. You wasn't where you were supposed to be. So I was like, okay. So I ended up just going back to my best friend's house, and I spent Sunday there again. Fine. Like my best friend didn't know what was going on. Her mother didn't know what was going on. Nobody knew that I technically ran away to go be under her cousin, even though he was a whole fuck boy, but whatever. And so I spent Sunday night. Sunday night I end up staying there into Monday. So Monday I wake up, pack my little bag again. Now I gotta walk around the corner back to my apartment, back to my house. So I knock on the door this time. Because the bottom lock was still on. I knock on the door, and this time my mother's boyfriend answers. And he was basically like, oh, your mother's not home. She told me like I can't let you in. Go back to where you was until she gets home. Like I cannot let you in. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, fine, whatever. So mind you, it was an administrative day, and my mom works for the Board of Education, so she was at work. and I was off of school, so hence why she wasn't home. Later that day she gets home. Now I have to go back home because I live there, and of course I got my ass beat. She asked me where I was at. I lied. I mean, I kind of lied, but I didn't lie. I lied and said that I was at my best friend's house. She asked me why. I was just like, oh, you know, like I just really wanted to go and spend the weekend with my best friend. And I don't know why I just didn't tell nobody. But yeah, she never actually found out why I was over there, because I was fucking my best friend cousin. And unless she watches this, she's probably never gonna know, because I don't plan on never telling her. Maybe like when she's like in a home, I'll tell her. But yeah, it was crazy. And then like it was embarrassing because my mom ended up picking me up Monday from my best friend's house. I think she called me, asked me where I was, and I was like, oh, I'm at my best friend's house. So she came to my best friend's house and basically like snitched on me to my best friend's mother, and was like, oh, like I didn't even know she was here, nobody told me, like she ran away basically. And mind you, something had happened. Oh, I should tell you about that story too. So something had happened before all of this, and my mom was like, I cannot go back to my best friend's house. Like she was not with me going back to my best friend's house. I was not supposed to go back there. Like I wasn't supposed to be in her house. Like no. But like that's my best friend. You can't tell me not to go to my best friend's house. Are you shitting me? Like what? That's not gonna happen. That's my best friend. What? That's my best bitch. No. But if y'all want to hear about why I got banned from my best friend's house, that is actually really funny. It's a short story though, but if you do want to hear about it, let me know down below. If you guys have any other questions, let me know down below. I think that was all that happened. Honestly, you know, it's crazy because I don't remember if he even came that weekend, and I got an ass beating for no reason. I got an ass whooping for no reason. But yeah, it's actually pretty funny. Me and my best friend laugh about it all the time. But thank you for watching this. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below if you want to hear about the reason why I got banned from my best friend's house. And if you have any other questions, please let me know down below. Thank you guys. Have a blessed evening, day, whatever time you are watching this. Thank you.